I shouldn't be here, but God's grace found me. I never thought I'd live past 30. By 27, my life wasn't just a mess, it was a wasteland. A hollow existence filled with empty nights, broken promises, and the kind of regret that sinks into your bones. I was the kind of person people whispered about behind closed doors, the cautionary tale parents told their children. And the worst part? I didn't even care anymore. I grew up in church. Sunday school, worship nights, youth retreats. I knew the words, the prayers, the scriptures. I could recite Bible verses as easily as I could breathe. But something in me always felt restless. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was the illusion of control. Maybe it was the lie that I could carve out my own path better than God could, so I ran. At 18, I left home with a heart full of rebellion and a head full of dreams. College was supposed to be my escape, my ticket to freedom. No more sermons. No more church rules. No more God telling me what I could and couldn't do. At first, it was exhilarating. The world felt wide open, full of possibilities. The drinking started small. A beer here. A shot there. The first time I got drunk, I laughed so hard I cried. It felt like freedom. It felt like I had finally found the key to unlocking the life I wanted. Then the drinking turned into partying. The partying turned into drugs. And before I knew it, the drugs turned into something darker, something I couldn't walk away from. I told myself I was in control. I told myself I could stop whenever I wanted. But addiction doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't come knocking politely at your door. It takes. And takes. And takes. Until there's nothing left of you but a ghost wearing your skin. By 22, I was lost. By 25, I was drowning. By 27, I had stopped fighting. I had hurt people, good people. I had burned bridges so completely that even the ashes had disappeared. My family stopped calling. Friends became distant memories. The only people left in my life were the ones who needed something from me, just like I needed something from them. And then came the night I should have died, the motel room. It was winter, the kind of cold that seeps into your soul. I sat on the edge of a stained motel bed, my hands shaking as I counted the pills in my palm. I had nothing left, no job, no home, no friends, no reason to wake up. I stared at the bottle in my hands and thought about how easy it would be. Just a few more pills. Just a few more swallows. Just a few minutes of waiting. And then, silence. No more pain. No more guilt. No more me. I took a deep breath, lifted my hand, and then, out of nowhere, a memory, not a loud voice from heaven. Not a vision. Just a whisper in my mind. My mother's voice, soft. Steady. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34 verse 18, it hit me like a wave, crashing over my numb and lifeless heart. For the first time in years, I dropped the pills. I fell to my knees on that filthy motel floor, and I wept for every mistake. Every person I had hurt. Every choice that had led me to that moment, and in the middle of my wreckage, I did the one thing I had sworn I would never do again. I prayed. Not a fancy, church-approved prayer. Not polished words or rehearsed lines. Just raw, desperate, broken words from a shattered soul. God, if you're real, if you still care, help me. Please. I expected nothing. I deserved nothing. But then, a presence. I can't explain it, not in a way that makes sense. It wasn't a voice. It wasn't a vision. It was peace. For the first time in years, the crushing weight of my guilt lifted. For the first time in years, I didn't feel alone. God was there. Right there. Not condemning. Not rejecting. Just there, in that filthy, broken, unworthy place. And that's when I realized, I had spent years running from him. But he had never stopped chasing me. The road back. That night didn't fix everything. God's grace is powerful, but it doesn't erase the consequences of our choices. I had work to do. Healing to walk through. I checked into rehab. I reached out to my parents. I could hear the hesitation in my father's voice when he picked up the phone. The years of disappointment. The wounds I had inflicted. Dad, I said, voice shaking, I don't deserve it, but, can I come home? Silence, then, his voice, soft and full of grace. "Son, you've always had a home here." I wept. Because that's what grace does. It welcomes you back, even when you don't deserve it. It doesn't erase the past, but it redeems it. What I know, it's been 3 years since that night. I'm sober. I have a job. A home. A second chance. But more than that, I have a purpose. I spend my time helping others who are where I once was, lost, broken, convinced they're too far gone. Because if there's one thing I know now, it's this: God's grace isn't just for the good people. It's for the ones who are drowning. The ones who have burned everything down. The ones who think they're beyond saving. Your past doesn't define you. The enemy wants you to believe you're worthless, but God specializes in redemption stories. Healing isn't instant, but it's worth it. Grace is immediate, but transformation takes time. God will rebuild you piece by piece if you let Him. You are never too far gone. No matter how far you've run, God is still right there, waiting for you to turn back. I shouldn't be here, by all logic, by all accounts. I should be dead, but God's grace found me, and if He could reach me in that dark motel room, He can reach you because His grace is bigger than your past. Have you been inspired by this story? Subscribe for more uplifting tales with Christian values and share this video to spread the light.